Italian food is very simple. French food is a little more complicated if you want to, but in Spanish food it's more greasy.
I think French food's a little heavier. Spanish food, I think of it a lot of fish and like paella. Oh, well, Italian's my favorite, of course. It's just the freshest cheeses and vegetables and the gelatos and the coffee. Everything is superb.
Spain is more about the spices, but it's about, you know, the grease too. It's a little bit greasy. And you have more seafood in Spain, which is delicious. In France, you have the more sophisticated, elaborated dishes like crepes and, you know, lamb. And I like the chicken is made in a different way with more flavors and sauces. And then you go to Italy, and you have the pasta, and you have the pizza, you have this sauce, the tomato sauces. So you know, it's beautiful.
French food typically is sort of rich, but it can be amazing as well. I like Italian's very natural. Greek feels very natural. Spanish, I mean, we've got a large Spanish influence here. Spice is great. We love spice in our diet. Listen, they're all fantastic and they're different in a lot of different ways.
I would say they're all very complex and it would be very difficult in 5 minutes to explain the differences. They're very complex and very different.
Well, what is it? Molecular cuisine? I've not heard of that.
I've never heard of molecular cuisine.
I've never heard of molecular cuisine.
Molecular cuisine? No.
Molecular cuisine?
Oh, I've never heard of molecular cuisine.
I've never heard of molecular cuisine.
Hester Blumenthal. The problem is, it's become a bit of a vogue. It's not to my liking. My preference is for very good quality food, not necessarily organic, very simply cooked. To me that brings out the true flavours, is enjoyable, is not difficult, anyone can cook like them.
Yeah, I've heard about molecular cuisine, but I think it's silly. There's a trend of going back to natural foods, easily prepared foods, simple. But this is not something that you find, you know, to make molecular cuisine. You can't go to your local supermarket and buy the ingredients and the chemicals that you need, and you don't want to be eating chemicals. It's a novelty, you know. It's impressive, but it's nothing that gives you a craving for. You don't want to go back and eat the same thing again. You're blown away by the presentation and the effects of it. But you know, first of all, it's outrageously expensive, so it's only like a, you know, like a first impression thing. That's it. Qualche, my husband, he thinks that the Spanish are trying to do with food what Salvador Dali did with art. Surrealistic.